Hey, Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahshua, Hashem Makakadash, and double honor to the apostles and the elders of GreatMillStone, man. And Shalom to all the Akim out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Just gonna have a quick video, just gonna be going into, like, you know, basically I've been watching a couple documentaries and different things, and just going into how basically Esau's flipped everything upside down, man. Because even I was watching this new this this new Black Mirror series that's come out, and it's like they had an episode which is basically just like it's meant to be like there's this new dating you got an AI that basically just meant to pair you up with like your your guaranteed lover or something like that.
Soulmate kind of thing.
Yeah, your soulmate. Yeah. It's meant to pick your soulmate for you, and then basically to do that, it just it basically puts you with a bunch of random motherfuckers, and it's just like basically it's like the eugenics program of Esau's dreams, man. Because it's more or less like you're not allowed to breed until the AI says so, man. Which would be basically will be run by Esau, man. And that's about population control, and like in the Georgia Guidestones they say, man, keep humanity contained underneath 500 million, man. So Esau's it's funny because Black Mirror is one of them shows because they've got a lot of things in that Black Mirror which you'll see. They had like the first season had the Prime Minister fucking the pig, which lo and behold that comes out in the news a couple years later. They had the chip as well. In the first season they had the chip where you get implanted, then it records your memories, and the guy's bugging out because his wife's cheating on him. So that's like it's a hard show. You know, if you check it out, there's a good couple episodes. They go into the chip. They go into basically what Esau's use of that basically the use of technology in achieving Esau's total control, totalitarian state. But then that's basically what Esau's putting the world to trying to steer the world towards, man. But then even as it is now, everything's all out of course, man. Women out there able to do whatever the fuck they want. Men are completely like everything's just been set in complete confusion, man. Like all these nations, right? They don't even know who the fuck they are. These guys, a lot of them, you got the Cushites might know it. A lot of them Cushites know who they are. A lot of them Ishmaelites know who they are. But then it's like vast majority of people out here, they don't know who the fuck they are. You got people in the land of Israel. These guys are a bunch of fucking Amalekites. But then they're basically sitting around thinking they're the true Jews according to the Bible, which is completely false. And that's what a lot of these Christians be believing as well. They're going over there and serving them, man. You got Christians that believe it's their duty is to go and serve these guys, man. So bang. You got a precept?
Isaiah.
Yeah, bang.
This is Isaiah chapter 29 verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh Shemiel Shai.
That's it, man. And Esau, he seeks deep to hide that counsel because this guy is basically he's what he's doing on the back end, like behind closed doors, is basically this guy's what's the word? He's having these councils, man. He's putting plans together to basically attain his eternal rulership, man. What he believes will result in his eternal rulership. So that's this guy's. Hey, man, who else could it be talking about? Because you got guys saying we're conspiracy theorists because we're talking about the Illuminati. But hold on, these guys have been coming out talking against these guys from like the 70s, from the 80s, bringing out their deep Masonic practices, man. Yeah, I was watching even a fucking a documentary on iPlayer, man. What was it about? It was about fraternities, and basically that's just like Mason's light, man. That's just like a basic introduction to Freemasonry, man. Because it's like I was going into this, been more like I think 300 deaths, like in the last 8 years, in accordance with with these fraternities, man. Like guys that are trying to enter, a lot of them died. So that's some sacrifices that they make, man. Because you got guys dropping dead, but then these things are still allowed to continue. That's because Esau's a devil, and they're using Greek symbols, man, like Chi Phi Sigma. That's basically them. It's the thing is even at the beginning of the movie, the documentary, it said like, oh, these they have rituals which they keep private, and that's a heavy part of it. It's very similar to the Freemasons. And the thing is, they said these guys grow up. They said I think the majority of like 60% of the U.S. presidents were in a fraternity. Oh, it even says they started in 1776. Like the fraternities started in the States in 1776, which is the same year the Illuminati was set up, man.
Yeah.
So that's how you know. This is basically Esau. The way Esau's runs his world. Everything's behind closed doors. They don't know, because the thing is, these fraternities, as I said, all them guys that grew up in there, a lot of them end up in the governments, end up running big businesses, and that's what a lot of these guys are trying to get. And there's one guy from England, from Leicester. He went over there. He was over there thinking about getting into, because like, you know, this is like, you know, brothers that you have for life. You know, you get all those connections. I want to be able to go anywhere and get that kind of job. All this shit. So it's like these guys are doing it. They're trying to get juiced in, man. These guys want to get juiced in. That's what it's about. And that's just like, they have that in the entertainment world, having all these worlds, man. Them secret councils, man.
Yeah, I've got a quick precept.
Go.
This is Psalm chapter 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Yeah,
that's it. That's Esau. He's basically doing he's doing this wickedness behind closed doors, because these guys, they're having to do unknown acts in them fraternities, which is the same thing in the Masons. You have videos come out, like the videos of the Masons in Turkey sacrificing up the goat, and then like basically having a Masonic wedding within the what's it called, man? The lodge. So these guys are doing things behind closed doors, and they're basically doing a lot of that is wickedness, man. They've got homosexual. They channel that sex magic. A lot of these things that what's this guy's fucking name, man? Aleister Crowley was getting into, man. Them witchcraft, them left-hand sides. A lot of these rituals and witchcraft he was discovering and pioneering. That's what they use within the Freemasonic and Illuminati lodges, man. They're getting into that wickedness, and pretty much anything you do, man, unless you're going through the straight gate, unless you're getting it from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, then it's witchcrafts, and you're going completely off, man. Soothsaying, you know, it might even get that, but continue your precepts.
Come. This is verse 16 and back in Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
That's it, man. Esau's turned everything upside down. He's basically made it. Hey, man, righteousness is not what people are aiming for or daring to in any way. Esau's so-called justice system, there is no righteousness to be found. That's meant to be the righteous rule. The so-called police were meant to keep order. They're not doing it righteously. You can have a homosexual as a police officer or a woman coming up. You got G.I. Jane, looking fine as hell, coming up headlocking some PCP high ass Jake, man. You know, you got these fine ass women becoming police officers, which is just complete. That's a complete waste, man. Yeah. She should be getting bent over in someone's basement, man.
God, if I could just say something now.
Good.
Hey, with these groups, like these secret councils, like the Illuminati and all that,
shit.
Right? Their main power is the fact that they're in secrecy. Because, like, for example, if you go onto Freemasons' website, it will say something like, "Oh, we're not a secret organization. We're an organization with secrets." So, what's happening is the Lord, through prophecy, He's making their tongue fall upon themselves. You've got these guys who are leaving these groups and exposing the kind of wicked shit that they're doing. And then we're basically because it's all coming out, we're seeing the shit they're doing and we're judging them for it, man. You know, and when the Lord comes back, they're basically all gonna be destroyed, man. They're all gonna be burnt up into a crisp, man.
Well, it's for prophecy to be fulfilled, because the tongue has to fall upon himself, and these guys are having those secret councils. Because the thing is like, okay, if you go on, you might say, okay, Parliament's a secret council. But you can go on the Parliament website and watch you can watch what they're doing in there all day long. But you ain't going to go online and find no archives of Illuminati meetings, even the Bilderberg meetings. You have guys outside, but ain't no one getting in there. You got frail, crusty...
Security for miles, man.
Yeah, security for miles. Like, security from the state. The state will be giving them security, man. So, these things are kept secret, man.
I'll go a quick precept.
Go on.
This is Luke chapter 8, verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
Yeah, so all these things that Esau's doing, all this wickedness that's coming out, it's being made manifest. Everyone's able to see it now, because Esau's basically his all this like behind closed doors shit. That's just coming to an end, man. Even like these government programs, different things he's putting through.
Chariots.
The mark of the beast, yeah, the chariots. Guys coming out saying, look, man, this is a threat. We need to do something. He wasn't dark, he was black. That guy, man, makes me, I think it's from Canada, that guy, man. I was like, oh, what were they? He said, no, they were black. Like black men. And then she was like, what do you mean, were they dark? And no, dark, black. That guy is done. Because he knew that he saw it. Because the thing is, he saw in the footages that he basically saw it. It's like, yo, there's black men in them chariots getting messed up. All these things are coming out and being made manifest. So it's like, that's why you can walk down the street and then you might have a motherfucker just randomly talking about the Illuminati. You'll just say, oh, yo, you know about the Illuminati? Like, yeah, yeah. But then they might think it's, Jay-Z and Beyonce. But they know at least there's secret councils happening, man.
That's right, man. Back in Isaiah?
Yeah, go on.
Alright, this is back in Isaiah 29. So surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not.
And that's what Esau's trying to do. He's basically, his purpose, look, man, he's a little worm that was made for the sake of basically, he was made for the sake of being the wicked, man. His role in this play, in this theos, is the theaters. His role is to be the wicked, man. His role is to be the devil that performs wicked acts and takes us into captivity, man. And the judgment for that, playing that role, is he's going to get incinerated off the face of the earth after 1,000 years of hardcore, back-ripping slavery, man. That cable tie on the back. This guy, you're sellotape to the stick. You can't even move. All that pure savage pain, man. That pure hell. Because that's hell. Because the thing is like, if you know that video, if you see that video, that guy is in a complete state of hell. He's getting whipped to death, man. That's bro. These Christians are talking about some subterranean Tartarus depths, bro. There is no such thing. Well, there's subterranean depths, of course there is, but hell's not there, man. There's not a red guy with a pitchfork there, man.
And the scriptures say our hearts meditate terror. So when we watch these videos on these live leaks, okay, of guys getting done in their hell, well, we're looking at it like, that's a good idea, do that to these Edomites, man. Yeah, when the Lord returns, man.
Hey, when the Lord puts spirit on us, it's going to be salvage.
Shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Yeah, that's it, man. You can jump to Jeremiah. Yeah, because Esau's basically, he's trying to rewrite the play that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua set up. He's trying to make it, Esau's not the wicked. Esau's actually the righteous, man. And Jacob's the wicked. That's just not going to come to pass.
A quick precept.
Yeah.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
That's it, man. His soul's not upright. And so Esau's fundamentally, the way he was designed, he's unable to fill up. This guy might even try to do righteousness. He's all right, set up a charity. This guy's going to end up using that charity. He might set up a charity, but then it's going to be a fucking charity to protect. It might be to protect homosexuals or some shit, man.
And the funny thing is, this scripture say, as soon as they be born, they speak lies.
Yeah.
You got these guys that, like, I think they're called We Are Change or something. Yeah. They be rolling up on the Rothschilds, Jacob or David, or whatever, and they're just getting messed up, man. But they're just twisting their words and lying, being the devil, basically. And you don't see the Rothschilds come out and say, look, man, we rule the world, we fucking own you, you're our slaves, we're the masters. You don't just... Because when we're in our kingdom, everyone's gonna know, man.
Well, every other kingdom before has just been like, okay, they've just ruled.
That's it. They just, who the ruler was.
Even Rome, like, got to the point where it was like, okay, fuck this Senate shit. Emperors, empire. They're just like, we're just gonna run this. But then it's like, now Esau's made it where he's like, okay, well, if they don't know who we are, they can't take us out.
That's what they think.
But hey, the Lord's revealing the secrets. Go on.
This is from 22, yeah? This is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man.
That's it. A woman shall compulse a man. That's done by purpose by Esau, man. Because it's set up from slavery. They had the black woman over the black man to destroy the household, and that's been sustained to this day, man. Now the black woman fights. She wants that power, man. Even though I don't know what to do with it. And this happened even with Esau. These on the low level, these peon little white boys and white girls. You got these white girls basically lording over these white men, you know. And it's basically because the government, the government's giving them, the police give them that safety, that security net, so they can misbehave to whatever extent they want and receive no judgment for it. And that's one part of the hell of what keeps us fucked up. Again, Deuteronomy 28, from like verse 48. But it's like that's one part of the hell of what keeps us fucked over out here, because it's pretty much, that's a big part of what keeps the black man in a completely destroyed state, man. Because the household, there's no husband, there's no father in the household, and then the black woman's basically going to be raising up these youths to be emotional, man. I was watching this other documentary, man, on what was it, the KKK, just like a modern KKK, like what they're up to now, man. And even I was watching it, I was like, bro, them guys in there, a lot of them guys are some fucking stupid ass jakes, man. You see these goddamn down south KKK motherfuckers. I'm like, the way they're writing out, and they're saying, you know, the light of Jesus Christ, you know, for the black man, he is a monkey, he is an ape, you know, it's like he went to the land of Nod, and he had his mate. It's like, and his mate, look, when you go and see, like, they were white once, the black person was white once, but then he went to the land of Nod, and it said he'll know his mate. Who is this mate? Who do you think his mate is? The gorilla. Bro, a lot of these, yeah. I was like, a lot of these guys are fucking jakes down south. You see these guys broke as all hell, man. They ain't got no money. They're fucked. They're in their little shacks. A lot of them unemployed motherfuckers. They're like some broke Irish motherfuckers, man. It's like they ain't got shit to do, man. So they just put all their hatred towards other jakes, man, because they're riding out for that, man.
Oh, I was watching a thing with the brother the other day, clips from True Romance. Right, and there's that scene where the cop basically tells him, "Look, man," he says, "You were Sicilians. You were spawned by Jakes, basically, innit?" Yeah. That's what he's saying to him. And then he basically kills him. He gets angry about it. And at the end, one of the Italian guys asked one of the Italian Jakes. He goes to him, "Oh, what happened? Why did they kill him?" He goes, "Yeah, he said that Sicilians were spawned by niggas, so he killed him." And I was just like, well, so that's been happening for time. Jake on Jake, man, hating each other, man. The tribes and the confusion of faces.
Bro, these guys are some fucking... They're some assholes, man. Because you get that with black-skinned niggas. You get that with black-skinned niggas anyway. They'll hate other jakes. They'll be like, yeah, man. I've heard some simple-ass niggas say, yeah, it's a good thing we went in slavery, man. We didn't know shit. We didn't know shit. It's like, you know what? White man taught us to speak English and that. Bro, it's the other way around, man. These guys are basically self-hating. And it's the same for them it is the same for them spit. I don't even mean to say these fucking white jakes, they're out there riding for Esau because they hate being, because even though they know, well, I say they know, a lot of them don't know. What I'm saying is, like, some of them, like Irish and Sicilians, will know their history, but they'll rail against it, man. They don't want to deal with being a nigger, because being a nigger out here ain't shit. Esau's made being a nigger the vilest act on the planet Earth that you could ever do.
Okay. You want to do Deuteronomy?
Yeah, from like 48.
Okay, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in the want of all things.
And that's it, and we're still in that state, man. Because a lot of these jakes are hungering and thirsting for wisdom, man. They don't know what's going on. They don't know. They're trying to work out why they're in the state they're in, man. They're that dry bones in the valley state, man. No breath, no meats, no skins. They're basically just in a completely broken. They're still in that dry bone state. So that's something Esau's gonna have to pay for, because this is a thing which what is it in I think Zechariah, it's where it says I was sore displeased with Israel, but sore displeased with the heathen, because I was only a little upset with Jake, but they forwarded the affliction. Basically, Jake fucked up. They went off. They put the Messiah to death. They were completely going off. It's like even going to the Dark Ages. They were so-called riding out for the Bible, but then they were pagans, man. They were keeping Christmas, Easter, and they had the Roman Catholic Church had them Dagon fish head hats, the priesthood of Dagon hats, man.
They still got them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But so Jake was going off, so they needed to get judged. But then now Esau's taken that and he's multiplied it to a state and into a level where it shouldn't even have been reached. Go on.
It says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And if I could just bring this out quickly, I put yoke of iron into Google images, and as you can see, these are the images that are coming up. You know, you got those Amalekites.
It's a white. It's some white. He's got the twin tails on the side and the fucking the yarmulke. Obviously that's who's there with the yoke of iron. Obviously, because that's who it is. So these Christians don't know a damn thing, man. Them guys over there, a lot of them guys over there, they don't even deal with the Bible, man. They don't even deal. They might learn a bit of Torah just because you have to. But then, like, a lot of them, they'll grow up and be like, yeah, fuck that, I don't even believe in that. They're a bunch of heathens, man. Where's bro, even a lot of them guys be riding out for this thing. They might. The funny thing is, you get a lot of them Sephardics, which they'll ride out. They'll be riding out for like, yo, what we're doing is off. We should give the land back to the Palestinians. We shouldn't be here. That kind of shit. Because a lot of them are jakes, man. They're messed up in the spirit. They're seeing all this wickedness that Esau. The thing is, you go through the history. What they've done when they got there, they've murked up them peoples out there. Murked them up, fam. Murk him. But that's all they've done since they've got there. Wickedness, man. Destruction. Esau's, all Esau ever does. Go on.
You keep reading this?
Yeah.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
That's it, man. And that's these so-called Romans, man. These guys got brought from so-called the end of the earth, man. And what was it? Read again.
It says, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Yeah,
a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Yeah, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Because at these times, like, they're speaking what I believe Latin.
Latin, yeah.
Majority Latin, and probably a bit of Greek as well. Because everyone else, like, they had wars on them Greeks, man. So they would have been speaking that Latin, which these jakes wouldn't know what the fuck that was at all. Hey, that's prophecy, man. Had to be fulfilled. Go on.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shall shew favour to the young. Yeah,
and that happened back in 2000 AD, in 70 AD, when the siege happened, man. They were getting messed up. Jake was getting fucked up, man. Had to yam on little what's also Hebrew name, man? Little Azariah's head, man. Boil up his head and cook up that eat his brain, man. That's yo, got Peak out there, man. Little Azariah, man, he didn't make it. His leg. Yo, the Lord's terrible, man. The Lord's terrible, man. The Lord's got men getting raped up for 6 hours, man. Yeah. That's by other men. That is hell on earth, man. You're gonna have 20 guys running through you for 6 hours. That's the Lord's terrible, man. The Lord can put you in a state where you're just completely fucked, man. You gotta fear the Lord, man. This is why 2/3 of these jakes are gonna have to get wiped out, man, because they don't fundamentally, they lack within them the capability to fear the Lord. Yeah, they're gonna have to fear the Lord in the kingdom, man.
And that's why the scripture says, "Can these bones live?"
Yeah, and there's you're gonna crack them open. There's dust coming out, man. Some dry ass bones, man. Grey beards riding out for white Jesus.
Can you keep reading this or?
Yeah, there's more.
Can. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed.
Yeah. So hey man, that's all produce, everything. The thing is like you look at the state of Jake. That's still going on to this day, man. That's part of why Jake is also in this fucked up state, man. Because them curses are overtaking and consuming us the fuck up, man. You got like Esau might go and start a business. He'll get loans from the government. He'll get all the nations coming to him because they're all like, oh, white man run this? This guy can go to the middle of goddamn fucking Africa and start a business. And no, he could start a fucking charity. He's going to be a millionaire within a year, man. Esau's getting them blessings. We got the help. We might go and think, okay, you might even try and do something good. Like, okay, I'm going to try and make a a reasonable, you know, like clothing at a reasonable price, or try and do something to uplift your so-called community. And that is just not gonna that's gonna go nowhere, man. Niggas are done, man. I was watching, man, this KKK shit, they had that new Black Panthers. These guys are some loser nobodies, man. They're still trying to run that 70s shit. I'm like, bro, it's 2017, almost 2018. It's done, man. That's done. That Black Panther shit. Where the fuck did that get anybody, man? You so-called militarized. You guys are now. You guys were meant to be militant. You guys were meant to be militant. Where's your AKs at, man? You guys, if you're gonna be doing, get some AKs out. Be carnal about it and get wiped out, man.
Oh,
let me finish what I was gonna say, because I'm gonna forget. Because the thing is like before, it's like in the 70s they might have, they were trying to rebel against the system. Now saying, look, you've got to protect us. Screaming, you got to look, man, you're allowing this to happen. You have to protect us. I'm like, bruv, what the hell is that? That is a slave mentality, man. That's like going to the slave master, like, look, he came, he beat me. Please, massa, I beg, massa. That's slave. You're slave. That's the thing is, that's the state Jake's in, man. Broken, still in that slave, man. 2/3 needs to get wiped out, man. If you ain't gonna come up under Yahweh Hashem Yashai Hashem Rakaka Dash, then just don't even bother, because it's not gonna work. Go on.
I saw this video where it was Snoop Dogg and The Game, right? And what they were doing, they were going up into the hoods where Jake is, and they were getting, The Game was basically representing the Bloods. He was gathering all the Bloods, and the Snoop Dogg was representing all the Crips. So they're getting all these 2/3 guys up in these gangs and bring them together. And Snoop Dogg said to the camera, he said, "Oh yeah, these police, man. You know, look, we're done with. Today we're coming out in peace. We're done with all that marching and placards and stuff. This is the last time we're saying this, and we're going to come for you. It's going to get basically saying is they're going to get carnal and physical. So it's all set up. Snoop Dogg in The Game basically started with them Edomites, setting these Jake up to basically start getting riled up and get shot down even more, man. So these martial law troops.
Is Jake ever going to get riled up, though? Does Jake get riled up with everything? Bro, Jake been getting murdered, been shooting each other, being shot in the face by cops. You go on, bro, every 2 days, man, you be hearing about a nigga getting shot in the face, man. These Jake ain't going to get riled up for shit. Unless Yahweh Hashem Yashai makes it happen, man. I'm saying it as these guys are fucking done, man. They don't even want to get riled up. Jake, the only time Jake will get riled up, if he's trying to get some pussy and he can't, or if he's trying to make some money and he can't. Esau's given channels for Jake. They got them drugs. They've got all these different that gang warfares. They've got different things to get into, man. Esau's given Jake, you know, just shit to placate him. The gang lifestyles, being able to go out and riot on niggas and murder them. Some Jakes just live for that shit, man. That's all that their mind knows and their spirit wants to do. They're just cold-blooded killers. And Esau gives them that, and they're fine. Why are they gonna rebel against a white man? They get all the gun, drug, and pussy they want, and they get to go and blow niggas' brains away, man. Niggas are degenerates, man. They're through. Even with like them doing that just doesn't even mean anything, because those guys are just no. Who the fuck is Snoop Dogg now? Snoop Lion. Even that's done. He's Snoop Dogg again now, and Game. These guys are through. All that Bloods and Crips gang warfares. That is just Masonic. Those are death cults, man. I was watching a video on basically like how even the opiate, like the drug trade, started in Mexico. That shit started off from the Chinese, man. The Chinese brought their opium fields basically after the US. I think it was like what 90. It was just before Prohibition, so around 1918, 1990, where Esau basically Prohibition was starting up. The movement of Prohibition started up, and it started spreading to certain states, and drugs as well. I think opium got outlawed first, then alcohol. So the opium, the Chinese, which Esau even put them on the actually no, was it the other way? No, the opium was there. They had the opium first. So like they'll make him, instead of selling the opium, producing it in the US, they moved down to Mexico, man, because these guys in Mexico were bruck. I think a lot of them didn't even want to do it, man. When them Chinese came with the opium, a lot of them were getting assassinated, man. There were farmers getting together and assassinating these guys. They were basically ridiculing them in the medias and the newspapers and that, saying, look, man, don't let these stinky gooks come in and fucking like grow their plants. But over the process of time, basically the government got linked in, and then these cartels started because there was money in it, man. There was a lot of money to be made because in the States, I think it was after Coke blew up. That's when the money started blowing up. Then the cartels have just taken control. To this day, it goes through the history of it. But then to this day, it's just blown up to the level where these cartels are just on such an epic level. It's unstoppable. So it's basically them heathens getting together to fuck over Jake. Because so-called Jake's meant to be making all the money off that. But obviously, you know, the government's linked in. There's going to be Edomites linked in. Other nations linked in. Hooking them up. Getting money off that, man. All these, it's like, fair enough, it's a good point you made. But I'm saying that, like, there's multiple facets to just, like, how Jake's getting wiped out, man. It's not just, like, it's not just going to be one guy coming out and saying, oh, blah, blah, blah. This has been systematically done by all nations. Psalms 83.
Yeah, got it.
They came together. We might as well grab that. But they came together with the intention of bringing us down, man. Go on.
This is Psalm chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance.
And that's the point we're at now. By and large, obviously we know about who we are, but by and large, as a nation, a lot of Jake are lost. A lot of Jake might hear the Israelites, and they say, no, I'm an American, or I'm British. These guys don't even want to adhere to or get into these ancient identities, man. Who we are, origins, our roots. They're just in the West, and they're loving up the lifestyle of what Esau basically offers them, man. A lot of these guys just want to go out and slave for Esau. Maybe like have a chance of getting some white pussy, get some pink lips opening up before them, and then that's the doorway to heaven right there. They get that white pussy, and then that's it. They don't need anything else. Slaves. They're done, man. They've been done. Gone.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes.
That's it, man. So that's you know, it goes into the other nations, but basically all these nations came together, man. These Hamites, you know, you got Jake saying talking about Egypt. These Hamites are against us, man. All these guys are against us, man. These guys, hey, man. Esau's basically made it where being a nigger is what being an Edomite was back during the time of Job, man.
Oh yeah.
Gone.
Back in Deuteronomy, yeah?
Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 52.
Well, actually, you know what? Skip down to 54, because
This is verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate,
I'll break it down.
his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. And that's Jake, man. That's the curses, man. It says so that the man that is tender among you, very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother. Every time you see Jake's, you know, congregating or whatever, they're always looking at each other, looking at their brother, thinking, you know, what's going on? We're sizing them up and all that, you know, with that mind of mischief, thinking how he's going to basically overthrow his brother and how he's going to do some dirt to him, man. And that's the mind state of these 2/3, man.
Yeah, them messed up, man. They've been on get Second Thessalonians 2 and 4.
Okay. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4. Who opposeth, you want to read from 3 or?
No.
Right. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So
it's basically this is what Esau's done, because like being a nigger is the worst, most filthiest act that you could perform on this earth, and being an Edomite is basically exalted, to be a god, man. Because even this Black Mirror, I was gonna say, man, that one about like the dating, they had some light skinned black whore, black slut, getting waxed out by every nation. Well, I say every nation. They had one light skinned nigger in there, and the rest of them was one light skinned nigger, one group, and then she's getting waxed out by like 20 white geezers, man. So it's like that's pushing that race. This is what the black community calls it, the race mixing agenda, which is some BS, man. It's basically just having your women getting popped out. It's slavery, man. Same thing that was going on in slavery. The black woman. And the thing is, the way that's like, there was one of these white guys, you know, he had, you know, the chiseled body. This guy came out the shower, he's glistening. The way she was looking at him was like, oh my God. And that's what Esau's done, man. Esau's made everyone look at him like he's white God. But hey, get 1 Corinthians 1 and was it 25, 24? But it's like Esau's basically just made it where, with like being a Jake, no matter what, that's the base. And being an Esau, being Edomites are good. But hey, we're basically bringing out the truth that Esau is just a nobody, man. And the thing is like a lot of these Jakes, they're basically up in the Greek system, worshipping Esau's way. And they think that just because, you know, Esau can go on the TV and be like, well, you know, we did a study according to, you know, global warming. We've seen, like, for the last 100 million years, we've had average temperatures of 8 degrees within this month in this state. But then how the fuck do you know what was going on 100,000 years ago when there apparently weren't even humans around, man? This is Esau's the devil, man. This guy's telling you about, yeah. It's like, if you look, so during the Ice Age, those polar ice caps would have reached up to this age. Okay, so if you study, you know, within the tree, you go within this tree is actually 100,000 years old. That's Esau's the devil, man. Go and bang that one, man. Esau's basically just using all his wiles, and he's basically he's changing the rather than being straight up, he's lying, and through those lies, he's deceiving the people, man.
You said 1 Corinthians 1.
Yeah, I know, like 24.
Right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 24. But unto them which are called, both Jews and
25.
25, yeah. Because the foolishness of God is wiser than men.
Yeah, that's it. The fools, because Esau's trying to basically he's trying to go on like, you know, he's broken down. This guy's talking about, yeah, you understand. So look, the fundamental building blocks. You know, this guy made a fucking hadron collider to try and prove the God particle, man. The particle that's supposed to give him the capabilities to manipulate reality, man. But that is just complete Esau, and it failed, spectacularly failed. No, that shit was in the news for like a year coming up to it when they were building it, saying, look, they might build a black hole might happen, anything can, this guy's gonna dominate the universe with that machine. It failed. You never heard about it again, man. Esau's, and the thing is we're going out there on the streets, we're uneducated. Some of us were in some degenerate lifestyles beforehand, but the Lord's basically had mercy on us and raised us up to be able to go out there and curse this man out to his face and let him know, look, man, your world's coming to an end. All this BS and this realm that Esau's created is coming to an end. Go on.
And the weakness of God is stronger than men. For you see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
That's it, man. So the Lord's not dealing with men, like, you know, people of status, where it's like, and it's funny because you go through Judges, and it's like you had Ehud, where it was left-handed, where being left-handed in Israel then, you were looked on a certain way. It was, I believe, Gideon. He was like the son of a whore. Was it Gideon? I believe it was Gideon, where he was like his mother, like the other brothers looked down on him because his mum was a whore. I think she was a whore. Yeah, his mum was a whore, man. So they were looking at him sideways. But then, he was the one that the Lord chose and exalted over all Israel. Even with David. David was, his brothers looked mightier and a fiercer countenance than him. But then he was out in the woods, looking after the sheep, wrestling lions, breaking up the lion's jaw. So that's, hey man, the Lord, he doesn't deal with what looks in the world as good. He deals with what he deals with, man, whatever he so chooses. That's why he's got us in a lowly state on the street corners, crying out, crying, wailing, complaining about this so-called white man's kingdom.
What please, yeah?
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools account of his life madness, and his end to be without honour. How is he numbered among the children of God and he's not among the saints?
And that's why these guys don't want to accept the way the true Israelites, man. Because they're just looking like, what, a nigger? Like, the Lord's going to raise up a nigger? Like, just, no, but these guys, no, but they are just niggers, right? I mean, like, I'm not wrong here. You know, it's just some niggers. That's exactly how these guys are looking at it. Because these guys are used to going to church and seeing that white Jesus image of him, of Adam, some white boy with a little penis, floating in the air with the Most High, all like this and shit. That's, what the fuck is that? That is just that is a system of thought Esau created, man. A delusion.
But they ain't gonna believe it until they see it. Like that guy that you was talking about earlier, when he saw the angels.
Yeah, he's like, no,
just
dark,
black.
black. That guy's bugging out, man.
Yeah, keep reading this.
Yeah.
This is verse 27. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, and base things of the world, and things which are despised, have God chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. You know, and hey, Jacob despised, man. Okay, you go anywhere in the world, okay, it's black. You know, everywhere you go, Judah, especially Judah, Benjamin, Levi, they looked at as the bottom of the bottom feeders of society in the earth, man. That's how they looked upon. But the Lord's chosen Israel, man. Okay, Judah's the head tribe. The Lord came out of Judah. The Lord's dealing with the lowly, man. The Lord's dealing with what the world sees as the base, as the lowly, man. Okay, and that's the Most High. That's the Most High on high, man. You know. So the scripture says it clearly, man.
Yeah, it was Abimelech. It wasn't Gideon. It was after Gideon. Yeah, I always confused the two. It was Abimelech, not Gideon, that had mother was a whore. Okay, get Romans 9. Start from like verse 10.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand.
Yeah, what this means basically is that like when Jacob and Esau were born, it's like they're basically their roles have been set up in the spirit beforehand. That's why it's like, you know, you get these guys, these Edomites that they're basically trying to save Esau, saying, oh, Jacob stole the blessing. But then they forget the earlier part of the story where Esau despised it and sold it. Because this guy sold it for raw meat. That means that he didn't even hold in esteem what these guys are whining about now. And the only reason they're getting upset now is because now it's manifest. The thing is, these guys have their rulership. It's not even because it's manifest. These guys were talking like this was the kingdom of heaven, man. Like Esau, basically America. These guys have been talking like, these so-called Christian white people have been talking like it's the kingdom of heaven. Anyway, so it's like basically these guys just want to maintain and sustain this kingdom, man. They don't want to have to go down. Faggots. You're gone.
The purpose of Yahweh according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
So that's just not even anything in Esau's hands that he can do to change. Because Esau, he's hated, man. He's not going to be... The Lord's in total control. This is his play, man. Esau thinking he's got a way out. That is just like... that is just hell. Esau's basically just... He's messed up, man.
He's coming.
Fuck was that? Gone. Yeah, he's through.
Right.
He's through. Yeah, gone.
What shall we say?
Oh.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? God forbid.
Yeah, that's it. So Esau's saying, look, but what kind of God? What kind of God is this? These Edomites get messed up, man. They can't deal with the rawness of the scriptures, man. That's why, you know, they have a phrase. It's like, you know, it's a destruction of biblical proportions, man. Yeah. They say, I'm going to get biblical. Because the way Yahweh Hashem Yahushua was rolling, them judgments he was passing out was some broad judgments. And now it's Esau. Hey, man, it's you know, it's
You get these New Age Christians.
Yeah.
Whereas
No, I was gonna say something fucking, you know. Go on, continue reading, man, because
Cool.
I was shit. I was gonna mention soggy biscuit, man.
For he said to Moses,
Esau's turn to eat up the biscuit, man.
I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Yeah, that's it. I'll have mercy on whom I have mercy, and I'll have compassion on whom I have. Get Sirach 31.
Okay.
No, 33 from verse 10, and just end on that. But it's like basically the Most High has done it where he wants to have mercy on Jacob, and he doesn't want to have mercy on Esau. That's it. You just gotta eat that. That's what it's same with being part of the elect, or being part of the 2/3, man. Hey, the Lord, it's a gift. Faith is a gift, and basically even to be part of the elect is just a gift. That's just something. Look, man, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. If you've been chosen, then that's all you can do is thank Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man. Yo, this is that He had mercy on you, because there's there has to be the 2/3. They have to do their job, and if they're gonna get all messed up in the spirit over that. But look, man, you go back through the previous times these guys came around through a cycle, man. A lot of these guys were going to fuck off, man. They were putting the prophets to death, worshipping these other gods, getting all up and worshipping these other society systems. So it's a righteous judgment, man. You can't complain. Esau's all he's done is wickedness. Yet this guy's like, where's my mercy? These Christians are trying to make it. You just say, look. If you just say to Almighty, look, if you surrender to the name of Jesus, everything's gonna be all right. That's some BS. But go on.
Surrender to that mighty name.
Yeah, to the mighty name of Jesus. A mighty hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Sirach chapter 33 verse 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge the Lord hath divided them, and made their ways diverse. Some of them have He blessed and exalted, and some of them have He sanctified and set near Himself. But some of them have He cursed and brought low, and turned out of their places.
Yeah, so that's just the way it is. Hey man, you just gotta pray to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Look, if you're of the elect, you're gonna the Lord's gonna scoop you out of this thing anyway. But it's like, this is Esau's trying to change his judgment. He's trying to run from his judgment, man. And that ain't gonna. That's why he's flipping everything, pancaking it all up, man. Because he's just trying to escape from his judgment. But ain't gonna come to pass. It's not gonna succeed. He's going to fail. But leave it there. So all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kadash, and a double honor to the apostles and others of GreatMillStone, man. And show one to all the brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, man. Keep pushing.